honestly, you try and design something that is still being made and popular and used and powerful and successful 45 years later.
You are in our power!
They still work for a new generation. It's not just nostalgia. I know that because you see kids clutching their Dalek toys. There's something fundamentally brilliant about that design.
There is only one form of life that matters. Dalek life!
Something in 1963 coalesced and just focused and got it absolutely right from the word go. It's brilliant.
The real-life Davros who conjured up the Daleks back in 1963 was BBC designer Raymond Cusick.
And you can see here how it kind of developed.
The Doctor Who team invited him to check out the modern version of his creation.
And some of these sketches, I think, were very much based on your original designs. A request had come in that for Ray to come down, and I jumped at the chance. I thought that's fantastic. Welcome to the TARDIS, Ray. And he was a real gentleman, and it was a lovely day walking around, and I learned an awful lot about the Daleks and about how he approached things. And this is our specialist store where we keep everything else, including the Daleks.
Oh, the Daleks.
The Daleks.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, the guy's a genius. He's absolutely superb, Ray, people say that you were inspired by a pepper pot.
Yeah, people do say I was inspired by a pepper pot, and I always think, well, if that's all it takes to become a designer, it's a doddle. Yeah. But in actual fact, when I asked the special effects chap who was going to make them to lunch, I was trying to explain to him, scribbling on the back of a napkin, and I picked up the pepper pot and moved it around the table, and said it's going to move like that, no visible means, no wheels or anything. That was it. And ever since then, people say I was inspired by a pepper pot. But it could have been the salt pot I picked up, I think.
Look at the original script. It's a very vague description. And he took that design, and he took about 200 quid or whatever he had to make it with, and produced something that's literally a piece of pop art, I think. It's a truly enduring design classic.
There was a brief stage direction in the script which said that the creature didn't have any legs or arms and moved around on an invisible base. A bit puzzled by that, so I phoned up Terry Nation, the author, and asked him. And he said, there's a show currently in London, Russian dancers. I said, I've seen it. He said, do you remember the peasant dance when the girls come on those long dresses and they seem to glide? I said, yes. Marvellous footwork. He said, that's how I think the Daleks should move. So I thought, well, it's got to be a human operator inside. So I drew a shape of a seat at the ergonomic height of 18 inches. Sketched a person on it and then drew the shape round that. That was how it really began, drawing a shape round someone sitting down. They had to be able to steer it, I thought. So initially I thought of a tricycle. As a cheap alternative, we came up with 3-inch diameter rubber tyres with an open base so the operator could see the floor and operate it with his feet. They got quite adept at it. They could flick these things around on a sixpence.
This way.
Very primitive inside, but they look great from the outside.
When they were taken down to the rehearsal room, I went down. I said to the director, "How's it going?" Well, he said, "Yeah, it's great." He said, "There's just one problem. I can't tell which of the Daleks is talking." So that's when I come up with the lights.
Our prisoners are showing preliminary stages of sickness already. We know that owls are able to live on the surface.
They're a work of genius. I think you really did something special there.